These nails are so wide that most nail shape can make them look even worse. Choosing the wrong shape can make them look wider. So instead of guessing, we're going to try two different shapes and two different products to find the best combination. But before we do any of that, let's take a closer look and examine these nails. This client is a pretty young lady in her early 20s, and she said, I want long nails, and also I hate my natural nail shape. Please do something about it. And we can see that she does have a so-called triangle nail shape, but on top of that there is another challenge. Can you guys spot this? That shine on her cuticles, on her skin, and on her nails. That means she has oily type of skin and nails, and that is going to be additional challenge. Also, on some of her nails we see spreading type of cuticle. So let's get started with pushing back the cuticles with orange wood stick. And this is when I noticed that also on top of all that, she has rather sensitive skin. So I need to be like 10 times more careful and delicate when working with her nails. So once I do that, instead of doing my regular dry manicure routine, first I'm going to take this safety bead. It's not diamond or carbide bead. This is simply a smooth bead made of stainless steel, so it doesn't have any abrasive on it. So basically this is like a rotating pusher, and I'm going to push back her cuticles, and although it does look slightly like it's cleaning them, maybe it does a little bit of cleaning, but not much. So mostly it's going simply to help me to easily push them back and to separate the spreading part from the nail plate, so then I can easily clean them. First thing I always tell my new clients is that if something feels uncomfortable, not just painful, but uncomfortable, like you can feel a little heat, or it's stinging, please let me know ASAP, okay? Do not hold it until it's actually starting to hurt, because this is really important. Normally, when I do 2 to 3 services, after that moment, I can feel almost every client, and I already know where may they feel a bit more sensitive, and I understand their skin type, their cuticle type. But when the person is new, sometimes it can be tricky, so it's very important for them to share, because it always reminds me of some of these videos where people get a terrible salon service and they didn't even say anything to the nail technician. So for me it's very important. If you don't like anything about my service, if it doesn't feel right, please let me know. Then I'm going to proceed with the diamond flame shaped bead with red abrasive mark and do the same, but this time I can actually clean the spreading part of the cuticle. I'm going to clean the sidewalls and this area under the cuticle. And with oily type of nails and skin, this is super important to clean everything thoroughly. For example, if we have someone with a dry skin, it's not that crucial. Let's say if you will miss a small spot with dry nails, product lifting may show up only after a few days. But with this type of skin, if you accidentally do that and apply the product on top of this area where you didn't clean it thoroughly, you may see the product lifting right away, like right after applying the product. I know this so well because when I was younger, I used to have hyperhidrosis, like my palms were sweaty all the time, and that's why I know it very well. If you don't do something properly, this lifting is going to show up like the next minute. After I cleaned everything and pushed them up, we are going to remove the surface shine with 180 grit, and of course I'm doing it carefully, trying not to touch the surrounding skin. Also, I'm filing her nails short, although they are pretty short already, and carefully trim the dead tissue on top of your cuticles because we want everything to be clean. Let's proceed with extensions. I will apply dehydrator, non-acid primer, and the first product we are going to test will be acrylic. I will be using traditional paper forms, and she basically begged me to make her nails as long as possible. Like first she actually wanted an extreme shape, but since it's her first extensions, I recommended to not do that yet. I said, okay, I will do long nails for you, but like reasonably long, okay? And then if you can handle it, we can go longer next time. And I'm going to try the typical shape that usually works good for most wide nails, and this is oval, not almond, because if we make it too pointy, it's going to look a bit unbalanced. But if it's just traditional oval, when we have straight sidewalls and then we round them up, then it's going to look better. And for the design, I'm going to use this beautiful light blue color and add some dry flowers on the top. I'm also adding a little bit of milky color on top of these flowers, so it is going to look a little bit like a milk bath, like some of the flowers will be slightly under the color, and then I'm going to encapsulate it with clear acrylic. And this is when we experience some kind of disappointment. Do you guys see it? What's wrong with the color? Why these flowers are white? They're supposed to be pink, like almost neon pink, but because I guess I touched them with a brush and a monomer, they changed the color, because probably these dry flowers were colored by someone. Okay, I will be more careful with the next nail. So again, I'm going to build this long almond shape, and this is such a beautiful light blue acrylic. It also has a slight shimmer in it. I'm not sure if it shows up in the camera already, but it makes it a bit easier to apply and a bit easier to blend. And hopefully this time the flowers are not going to do the same thing to me, so I will just basically touching them with a dry brush. And you guys see it? Some parts of them are turning white, but not all of them, so hopefully this time it will work better. So then I slightly pinch the nail and encapsulate it with clear acrylic, and I also do it super carefully to not expose these flowers to monomer too much, because we don't want white flowers here. From my experience, acrylic is also one of the best products to use on oily nails like this, but we'll see how it works, because on our next hand we are going to try something different. I will also need a hydrator and non-acid primer, but since we're going to use gel products, then I also need to apply a thin layer of base coat and cure it for 60 seconds in LED. So for another hand, we decided to try Polygel and dual forms, and also have this beautiful lilac color. And later we figured, I honestly just forgot that it also glows in the dark. We are going to do like square coffin shape, something in between, and also I'm going to make them rounded, I think, but we'll decide that later when we'll do filing and shaping. So then I apply it on the nail, and because her nails are triangle shaped, which means near the cuticle they are more narrow, you should not apply the dual forms all the way to the cuticle unless you trim them before doing that, because if you apply the dual forms like they are, you are going to flood the cuticles and it is going to be bad for these nails. That's why I did a little margin, and later we're simply going to fill it with another product. Ooh, now we have this ombre near the cuticle, like this lilac color is fading into clear, and that looks so pretty. So I remove this sticky layer, and then I'm going to shape them, mostly the sidewalls, this little area near the cuticle, to make sure that it's smooth. And also we decided to make it like a rounded coffin, like or rounded square, I would say, not like traditional sharp square with sharp corners, because shapes like this usually they make nails look slightly wider, and that's like the opposite of what we need with this client. To make both hands match, we are going to do the same nail art with the same flowers. First I apply a clear builder gel near the cuticle, and I do not cure it, and then I apply these dry flowers. And with gel that's not happening, they're not really changing the color, but now I see it again. It seems like these flowers were originally white and someone colored them, because some parts were white from the beginning. I was blaming myself and the monomer at all times, but then I take a closer look in this box and realize that some of them were discolored from the beginning. Once we add these flowers near the cuticle, and that's pretty easy because with gel you don't need to rush. They're going to stay there unless you cure it. And then we also need to fill in this area near the cuticle because we basically don't have any product there, and also finish building the structure of the nail. So I'm going to use a clear builder gel, add it near the cuticle, and then slightly blend it to make sure we still have this apex area and we have everything smooth. I already filed and shaped these nails. So we already have our sidewalls on point, we already have this shape, and I don't feel like filing and shaping them again. That's why I'm going to do a very thorough application. So after that we will be finished. That's why before putting them in the lamp, I'm just checking them and making sure it's all smooth. We have enough product along the sidewalls near the apex, and if it's moving too much, you can also turn the client's hand around like this and hold for a few seconds and let the gravity help you with that to put the product into place. And then of course we cure it in LED for 60 seconds. Last step before the reveal, we're going to seal them with a glossy top coat, not just this polygel hand but also the acrylic one as well, because we finished up 2. I'm going to use a gel top coat, cure it in LED, and this is what we have. Oval shape looks okay on her nails, but for some reason I can't say it's 100% satisfying. Something feels off about the shape. And on the other hand, we have this rounded square, and for me, I definitely like this one much. Maybe I'm a bit biased because lilac is my favorite color, but I definitely like this one more. Let me guys know which of these shapes do you think suits her the best.